Alright, I don't know how much time I got and I don't know where I stopped in the story, but basically I was talking about being reintroduced to myself, and I hope to God I'm going to, oh, I am going the right way, yes, because I see the street that I'm supposed to be going towards. But, okay, I'm not even paying attention. This man with this huge truck, what if I was deaf and I didn't hear it? But, I was talking about being reintroduced to myself, and, so, oh, here's a mellow mushroom. They were making one in Fort Lauderdale, but it went away. By the way, about all these different job things, um, as anticipated, I did get a response back that whatever report I need to get court official documentation. So I'm gonna have to make it down there. Somebody told me it doesn't take me on Friday. I don't know, but hopefully this job that I'm working now, I'll have enough where I can pay to keep a roof over my head and to go get the stuff from Miami on Friday and maybe stay the whole weekend. Where am I going to stay the whole weekend? I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to stay the whole weekend. But if I leave, I would have to leave on Thursday night. I don't know how I'm going to do this because that's crazy. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know what's going to happen, how I'm going to make it happen. But so the good news about that is that leaves me open to accept another offer until I can get, the documentation. I will work to try to get that some way this weekend. Somebody did offer, not offer, but I asked somebody if they would, and they said that they would. But again, you don't know if you can really depend on people like that. So, yeah. But back to, so that clears up that thing, and then the other one is gonna be a little while before that starts. But so I just gotta kind of hold it down where I am. The past few days, the manager that I work for seemed embarrassed. I don't know if it's because he found something online, or perhaps something didn't check out the way that he wanted it to check out. I don't know, but he seemed embarrassed. So I don't know what's going on. But I just gotta just keep it level until it's over with. So yeah. So what's next? Yeah, I'm almost there. Probably a few blocks from where I need to be now. But being introduced to myself, you never know what people are going through, and sometimes you can think the best of other people, and they're really going through a lot. And then understanding that when you speak to them and they tell you they're going through a lot, that you can't be like, ugh, like I just understood from the other side. Because like when I talk to people, sometimes people look at me depending on how I'm doing, and they'll perceive me to be doing one way. But when they talk to me, I start telling them that what the real deal is, and it's like it's too much. They have to cut off. And so I know that's what I mean by being introduced to myself. So now I know how other people feel. The second time I got introduced to myself yesterday, and it was in that same location, so I was meant to be there. Second time I got introduced to myself yesterday, I was in a women's clothing store just to pick up a skirt, and there was a guy, and I remember I was standing there and I was trying on shirts, and I didn't feel like going in the dressing room because I had more than X amount of items, and I would have had to keep coming out and coming back and whatever. So I was trying on this shirt like in the mirror, just putting it over what I had on. The guy walked past me, and the way he walked past me was very frantic. And so I was just like, what's wrong? Maybe he's looking for his wife, or maybe he has a child that's missing, because he walked so frantically. And then like shortly after, one of the fitting room ladies or somebody came by and was like, what did he want? Like she was creeped out by it too. It was kind of weird. And but I think that he was just weird like me. Okay, I'm looking to make sure I'm going in the right direction. Weird like me, and I might be able to stop here and have some lunch because I'm gonna be hungry. But I really don't have money for that. But hey, I gotta eat. So yeah, so that was the first instance. First, me noticing that it felt weird when he walked past. Then one of the fitting room ladies felt a little shooken and felt that he was weird, so she came and asked about it. Then when I went to get in line, he was talking to the cashier. The cashier was an older, nice lady. You could tell she was a church-going lady. And she was asking him, about was he going to preach or whatever, whatever. And it seemed like, from what I could overhear the conversation, the feeling I got from the conversation was that he liked preaching. And he was like, what he said was like, no, it's a good thing, no. And then it sounded like he wanted to, but maybe he hadn't been selected or something. And then she was like, why do you say that? And he was like, oh, because I'm going to be traveling a lot anyways. So what it sounded like he was left out. And I know what that feels like. But from what he was saying and what he was talking and the sound of his voice, you could hear the way that he talked or did his voice, said he wanted to be a preacher, that he tried to be a preacher, because he was talking in preacher tone even outside of church, which they don't do anymore now. And as he was talking to this woman, oh, there's CBS right here too. As he was talking to this woman, one of the younger cashiers at the other end, she was looking at him like, you could tell that she just thought, oh, and a Walgreens, CVS and a Walgreens, how about that? She was looking at him and you could tell that she was just like, she thought he was strange, like really strange. And as soon as I saw her look at him like that, that changed my perspective. Before seeing her look at him like that, I understood, because I felt myself in his shoes, wanting and trying to be so much, but not particularly being accepted or appreciated for who you are, what you have to offer, and trying to keep your head up, and there's a Wendy's and a KFC, and in trying to keep your head up, sometimes you have to, instead of feeling that hurt, you say, well, okay, well, I have this other thing to do. Well, I don't think I said it quite like he did, where I had to go to such and such anyway, but I understood what he was saying and how he felt. And I saw underneath that. And the girl, because she heard the tone of his voice, she thought that he was just a weirdo, a weirdo loser. And again, I get all of that, because I'm sure when I'm not looking and I'm talking to people just because I want somebody to talk to or hear me, be it, just somebody at a counter or something like that, I'm sure that I don't see, but people are looking at me the same way, kind of like, and you could tell that the way she was looking, it wasn't intentional, like she thought about it, like, oh, I'm gonna hate on this dude real quick. That was just the way it struck her. And I'm sure that I strike people that way too, and they don't take into consideration that there's a human being, but again, maybe that's why God put me in this situation, because had I not experienced, oh, there's Taco Bell too, being an outcast and a loser or whatever else you want to call it, I wouldn't be able to relate to that. And I too would probably be like, hey, that's a really strange dude, because I don't think that unless you understand that personally, that I don't think that you would get it, and I think that you would judge just like that too. And it's not like she made a conscious effort to judge. You could see it just snapped over her face that, oh, he's weird, Now, this is like recently, because I've been called weirdo, like, at an old job, somebody's called me a weirdo. Or somebody told me that it was shared with them that people thought I was a weirdo. Then, this guy said I was weird. So I was like, let me look up weirdo. So I looked up weird. Well, I looked up weird. When I looked up weird, there were some really disturbing images. And the images were disturbing. It was like people with disjointed, just uncanny, I wish I could share the pictures. If I get a chance and I can do my screen casting, I will show you, And then also on my YouTube, the related channels all strike me as weird. So I get it. But so I looked it up. So I really felt, again, this is introduction to self too. I really felt like I understood this dude, and I know that I could be wrong. So I wanted to, okay, almost there. So I wanted to, I probably need to stop in somewhere and do a hair check and restroom stop and all that. So I wanted to, because I felt so strongly about it, And when I was growing up, it was like if you feel something, if you care about somebody, if you love somebody, let them know because it may be too late. But I think nowadays it's like keep your stuff to yourself, and I got to learn to do that. Times have changed. I got to learn how to keep my mouth closed, which is so ironic because that's what the women's study group was about. Sunday morning, the whole series over the last month. That's what it was about: taming your tongue. Knowing how to shut up sometimes. I gotta learn to do that in situations where I feel passionately about stuff. I don't know how to shut up. So when he came, he happened to come out behind me, and I was like, excuse me, do you mind if I share something with you? I overheard what you were saying, and I just started asking him, and he was telling, because of course people that's like that, like me, you want to tell about yourself because you want people to know who you are. And so I asked him a few questions, like was he happy with his life? Was he happy with his career? How long has he been wanting to do the preacher thing? If there was anything else that he could do, what he would do. Just I was asking stuff like that. But anyways, I'm at this spot where I need to get myself together so I don't look all frazzled and crazy going in here. And yeah, so yeah, so I'm about to go do this real quick, and I'll tell y'all the rest of the story later.